saith the Lord of hosts, let
Bishop Margaret Wanjiru was and still an outgoing spirit-filled woman of God. She was the brain behind the Jesus is Alive Ministry, a charismatic gospel church that operates from the Kenya Coffee and Planters Union on Haile Selassie Avenue, Nairobi. The popular televangelist was known for her clarion call that the glory is here. One of the questions that many people used to ask was why a successful woman like Bishop Margaret Wanjiru was without a husband. And it was not long before the questions were answered, in a mix that brought together political intrigue, court cases, tradition, and family to deny her a chance to get married. This is the story of how a cobbler turned media sensation denied Bishop Margaret Wanjiru a chance to be married to a South African preacher. The shoemaker was James Kamangu Ndimu, who had been married to Wanjiru before she rose to fame and money, and the glory of God overwhelmed her. The marriage between Kamangu and Wanjiru did not work, but he left her with 3 beautiful children who moved with Wanjiru, who hustled her way through in Nairobi until she made it to the league of big televangelists.
Don't prosper now that we are building GTT. I don't know what to do for you later. Now there is an opportunity. For the sake of GTT, God will open any door for us.
The story between Wanjiru and Kamangu was a rags to riches story. A story where Wanjiru and her sons denied that they knew him, although they were spit images of their alleged father.
I, as Stephen Kariuki, speaking on behalf of Bishop's children, would like to officially declare that myself and my siblings are not in the business of searching for our fathers.
What exactly happened? Kamangu, the little-known man from Gashie in Kiambu County, had emerged to claim that Bishop Margaret Wanjiru was his traditional wife. He also claimed that he was the biological father of Bishop Margaret Wanjiru's sons, Stephen Ndimu and Evans Kariuki. Bishop Margaret Wanjiru and her 2 sons disowned him, throwing in a few unkind words about the drunk man from Gashie. Bishop Margaret Wanjiru could not imagine how the little dirty man from Gashie would claim a chunk of her flesh.
I was reading these scriptures and the Lord reminded me the time when I could not even give 50 cents. You know, do you remember that small 50 cents? I couldn't afford to give 50 cents in a church. If I gave 50 cents, it was out of constraint. It meant after that 50 cents, I have no bus fare. I have to walk and I have to figure out how my children will eat, because that 50 cents was everything to me. Can you imagine today we don't even use 50 cents anymore?
She was the direct opposite of him, a go-getter, third-born child who was raised in a very poor family of casual workers. Despite the many challenges that come with poverty, her hard-working mother was able to put her through both primary and high school while instilling the discipline necessary to excel in life. She worked hard in her pursuit of a better future, and by the time she was 17 years old, she was paying her way through college by working numerous jobs. She worked as a house girl, a hawker, a toilet cleaner, a car cleaner, and office cleaner. On graduation from college, she earned herself a position as a sales girl. The discipline and determination to succeed resulted in numerous promotions and various accomplishments until she became a sales and marketing executive for a multinational firm in the city. She went on later to form her own companies in the city, excelling both as an entrepreneur and a single mother to her 2 sons and 1 daughter. Later on in life, she gave her life to Jesus Christ and became a born-again Christian. Thanks to her determination to serve the Lord Jesus Christ and great leadership skills, she founded the Jesus is Alive Ministries, an international Christian organization with headquarters in Nairobi, Kenya. Things were going on well for her until in 2007, when the political bug hit her, and she decided to take on one of the biggest politicians in Nairobi, Honorable Maina Kamanda. Kamanda was a veteran politician who had been in politics since 1979, when he represented Gara Ward as a councillor. From 1998 to 2007, he rose to become the Member of Parliament for Starehe constituency, which is the center of Nairobi and Kenya at large. At one time, he was appointed the Minister of State for Gender and Children Affairs. So when Bishop Wanjiru announced that she wanted to challenge him for the seat, she found that it was not a walk in the park. Her past would be dug up with a shovel to reveal what was described as arrogance laced with determination for a woman who would not be stopped by anything while in pursuit of fame and money. It also happened that at the time that Bishop Wanjiru was taking on Kamanda, she had also found love. She was head over heels with a South African suitor, Samuel Matjeke. But the wedding, whose trail Bishop Wanjiru had claimed would be 100 meters long, did not see the light of the day, thanks to Kamango, who rushed to the courts and told the courts that Wanjiru was his wife. Kamango, who was now fighting proxy wars, told the courts that he was married to Bishop Margaret Wanjiru in 1978 under the Kikuyu customary law. He paid the negotiated dowry of 3,000 shillings and also took traditional liquor to bless the relationship. Kamango said he had been living with Bishop Wanjiru up to 1989 in Gashie as a married couple when they parted ways after some differences. However, nothing had done to nullify the union. The courts heard him and slammed the brakes on the wedding, bringing to a close a much publicized event in which the bishop had booked space in the media to declare her intentions to be hitched. Bishop Wanjiru was raging mad and denying knowing Kamango. She described him as a jigger-infested loafer, warning him that she would not take nonsense from him, and if need be, she would strangle him and deliver a sermon at his burial. The claims brought public outrage, and the bishop was forced to apologize for her claims and views against Kamango. While the conflict was being fought in the courts, it was the political intrigues behind the case that were as interesting as the claims. Kamango would not have, by any standards, have afforded legal fees to push Wanjiru to the wire. By the time the media was reporting on him, he was just a simple man with an unshaved grey beard, nothing to his name, but an unmatched love for the bottle. But being backed up by politicians changed him to a suit-wearing man who would now afford lawyers to push for his case. When Maina Kamanda lost the Starehe seat to Margaret Wanjiru, the interest in pushing Kamango to stabilize Wanjiru quietly dampened.
And the winner is Karaoke Margaret Wanjiru.
No one really knew what happened to him until his death in 2020. Kamango, who had since remarried after Wanjiru left him, died at the Kenyatta National Hospital in 2020. Kamango's common law wife, Beatrice Mbaire, said the husband she had lived with on and off since 1990 died less than 48 hours after he started vomiting blood at the Agashie home in Kiambu. She said that he had returned home the previous night about 8 p.m. and went straight to bed. She said that he usually wouldn't eat whenever he came home drunk. He would eat the following morning. So I didn't find anything unusual, a sobbing Miss Mbaire said. In Kamango's small sitting room was a calendar of Bishop Margaret Wanjiru's campaign poster. Complete with the ODM party symbol, it read, "Vote Bishop Margaret Wanjiru for Starehe constituency." Mbaire said that he was the one who hung it there. He said that the father of her children, Stephen Ndimu, and 22-year-old stepdaughter Alice Waithera had been in good health all along. Mbaire said that she had prepared rice and beans, but Kamango went straight to bed, but woke up on Tuesday at 7 a.m. vomiting blood. She said that she walked him to the Gashie Health Center, where he was referred, then admitted to the Kiambu District Hospital. At this time, he was vomiting blood. He brought him a pawpaw and milk, but he hardly ate. He was put on a drip and had blood transfusion. Kamango was taken to Kenyatta National Hospital in an ambulance, and on arrival at Ward 3, Mbaire said he vomited blood heavily. After a chest x-ray, he confirmed to the doctors that he used to drink heavy stuff, but promised to stop drinking once he got well. He said that he wanted to visit the toilet but was too weak and relieved himself in a bucket. It was all blood. Mbaire said that he told her he suspected the whole problem had been caused by alcohol. She left hospital after midnight and wanted to stay with him, but the doctors asked her to go home. Kamangu was popular for having claimed to be Bishop Margaret Wanjiru's husband through Kikuyu customary law and sought a refund of 3,000 shillings that he had paid as bride price in 1978. His parents also said that the bishop was indeed his wife and they had not divorced. Kamangu then produced birth certificates to support his claims, but the bishop and the sons publicly denounced him. In January 2020, Kamangu said that he still hoped to reconcile with the bishop and claimed that they were in constant contact till 2003 when things started changing. During court visits, some transformation could be seen as the man started dressing more elegantly and carried a briefcase. One day, he changed between court sessions. He turned into a celebrity, attracting large crowds. According to Lawyer Lawrence Kamau, following the death of his client, the case challenging the intended marriage of Bishop Wanjiru abated. Kamau said he would consult the family and make a decision on a defamation case that Kamangu had filed against the bishop. Mr. Kamangu had taken the bishop to court seeking to stop her intended marriage with South African preacher Samuel Matjeke. Since its filing, the main case was never heard as the bishop raised an objection, saying it should be taken to magistrates' court and not the High Court. The issue was argued by both parties in court, and in the end, High Court Justice Benjamin Kubo ruled in favor of Kamangu, saying the case should proceed to full hearing. The court said it had the right to hear the matter, contrary to Bishop Wanjiru's protest.